Mike Key here, and today we're talking about our Ram Power Wagon, and this is part 2 of our ROCKLANDER series. You know, I think it's really important that you define the purpose and mission for your vehicle build, and that mission will guide your build. That mission is simple: carry our family comfortably across all kinds of terrain. It's got to be capable of conquering Moab Rim one day and towing our Airstream the next day, while still being a daily driver that we can take places. Let's talk suspension first. I've tested 3 tire configurations on this truck. The first one was the stock 33s. They're Goodyear Duratrax, and they're kind of an okay tire, not really. The second configuration was Toyo 35s, open country AT2s, and our final configuration here are the Toyo 37-inch open country MTs. This tire has been a really great tire. It's been an excellent performer. We really love it. That being said, honest opinion, the 35-inch tire is probably the best all-around tire. You won't get the same performance or MPG hit that you get from the 37, and it's a little bit of a better tire when you're towing too. However, the MTs, these 37s really look badass. They are a great tire. The great thing about the Power Wagon is, for the most part, you can fit 35s straight up with no lift and no rubbing. 37s, you can fit with no lift, but you're going to get a lot of rubbing. We've got a front high clearance bumper, so I don't have the real issues that some people have with rubbing up here, but we do get rubbing on the sway bar. Talking about that lift, up front I've got Thurn 1.5 Power Wagon coils, lifting the front of the truck up a little bit. Still running the stock Blistine shock, but as soon as we get back from this trip, we'll be putting in an order for King 2.5s. Front and back. The other thing I've got on the front of this truck that made a huge difference are the boogie bumps. Those things just make the ride a lot better when you're hitting the whoops. Let me tell you, the factory bump stops might as well be cinder blocks. So one of the big improvements in steering that made a huge difference is I added the Dodge Offroad steering stabilizer to the front of our Power Wagon. It really tightened up the front steering, just made it feel a lot better. And it's a super easy install. Took maybe 45 minutes, not even. Highly recommend it. Still talking suspension, I have replaced the factory track bar with Thurn Fabrications track bar. Really improves the handling dynamics of the rear of the vehicle. You go down the highway and you would get this kind of waggle if you hit a bump. Well, this completely fixes that. The handling is just a lot firmer in the back end. Highly recommend it. Good jumping off point to talk about vehicle armor. Front and rear diff plates are both purple cranium spiders. Not only do they look badass, but they have taken a hell of a beating. So, the next most obvious thing on my truck other than the 37-inch tires are these white knuckle sliders. These things have been great, and they have taken a lot of abuse from me, as you can tell. Let me tell you something. This is worth the money. Absolutely. Has taken the entire weight of my truck. Now, just a word of advice. If you get these powder coated, that's not going to last very long. I've already repainted these once before, and I've got scratches in them again. I got myself a custom trolling in real life decal right here. Jeeps are cute, but I'm thinking I'm going to replace that with a Tacomas are cute sticker pretty soon. Last piece of advice for anybody that's thinking about getting these white knuckle sliders: order 188 Dom. If you don't, you will regret it, and I'll show you why. I've already managed to put a big old dent in these suckers. But you can lift the truck with them. They are frame mounted. Highly recommend white knuckle off-road products. So, since we like to push the limits of this truck, one of the other great things about the Ram Power Wagon is that it comes with full skid plate protection, except for one area that they forgot to protect: the oil pan and the transmission. And you know what? I already dented my transmission pan once in Moab. So my good friend Marcus Dethloff designed and manufactures a skid plate for Rams now. I added that, and let me tell you what, it's already saved my bacon a few times. So, I always get asked about this bumper. This is a Kinsey Bumper. I love the design, I love the looks, the winching angles are great. This is the only bumper currently on the market right now that's designed specifically for the Power Wagon that does not move the winch cradle. And yeah, I really love it. Up front, running Baja Design Squadron Sports. We've got our Factor 55 flat link E here, and we got worn shackles. Overall, really happy with the design, the looks, get compliments on it all the time. Got clearance for miles. What's the most noticeable thing on my truck other than my bumper? It's probably the Aev Ram Air Intake. And I get asked all the time, is it functional? Well, on the Hemi trucks, it can be. On the diesel trucks, it's not fully sealed, so they don't recommend it. But, you know what? It's badass and I love it. And I don't care. It was pretty expensive, I'm going to be honest about that. But you know what? I love it. It's a head turner. It's probably my second favorite mod, next to my first favorite mod. If you want to know what that is, well, come look. What's my first favorite mod? It's this. That's right. That is a MagnaFlow exhaust. You might have noticed that I don't have the factory trash can on the back of my truck. And if you're confused by that terminology, that's the factory resonator. We cut that off, installed a MagnaFlow muffler, and added a custom high clearance tip. This way it can't get scraped, smashed, or anything like that when we're off-roading. I love it. Gang, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I've listed all the products here on my truck in the description below, so you can check out those links. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and hit that subscribe button, because the next video I'm publishing is going to be about our overlanding setup, our rack, what we think of it, and our 23-0 tent. Stay tuned.